This is Katherine and Christopher Tipper of Hunter Benefits Consulting Group.
Okay.
Today is Friday, and it is the Hunter Benefits on the Couch
Friday afternoon bourbon edition. How you guys doing? Thanks for being with us today. This is our attempt at a humorous look at all things ERISA and 401k.
As much as compliance people can be funny.
Thank you.
We have all the fun we can handle.
We have all the fun we can handle within the guidelines of the code and
They're going to have
regs.
to lay down after this. Yes.
All right. So today we think we've got a great segment for you. We're going to be talking about helping the participants get the service they need. So thank you very much. Stay tuned.
Or how doing good does good for both you and them.
Oh, that's very good. Oh, that's right. Oh, and cheers. All right. We'll get back in a second. And we're back. But before we dive into our little special edition today, we have to talk to Kristina to see if we have a Washington update. Do we have a Washington update, Kristina?
Yeah, well, it's a continuation.
Ooh, an update on an update.
Well, no, it's where the Biden administration has gone in and tossed out another Trump regulation.
Oh, okay. Which one?
The one concerning contract labor.
Oh, this is okay. So it's harder. It's going. Yeah, you explain it since you know what you're talking about.
The Trump organization wanted just two rules. They wanted to test on two tests: the nature and degree of the workers' control over their work,
okay,
and the workers' opportunity for profit and loss.
Okay.
So that's two out of the original 7.
Oh, so we're going back to the old definition of what a common law employee was, right?
What a contract labor contractor is.
Oh, okay. So
Independent contractor.
Okay.
Yeah. And the 7 rules, the 7 criteria are, they go by the extent to which the services rendered are an integral part of the principal's business.
Okay.
Can they do business without you?
Right.
The permanency of the relationship.
Okay.
The amount of the alleged contractor's investment in facilities and equipment. The amount of initiative, judgment, and foresight in open market competition with others required for the success of the claimed independent contractor, and the degree of independent business organization and operation. Those are original 7. Now, we all know gig workers who would match all of those.
Right, right.
But we also know, was it Microsoft or Apple who got caught?
It was Microsoft back in the 80s.
Yeah, well, yeah. I've known many companies that got caught thinking, oh no, they're independent contractors. Wrong.
Yeah, no.
So it's something to be aware of. We're back to the old way of doing things.
Rules. All right, cool. Thank you very much, Kristina. Today we want to talk to you about, it's a bit of a sales idea, all right, but it's more of a long-term sales idea, and it's what we're seeing as a need from the participants' point of view. The topic for this video came about from a couple of things earlier in the week. We had a videotaping. We've started a Meet the Advisor. That's not exactly published yet, but we met 2 of our local advisors, Vincent, David, and one of the things that they were talking about was the clients they're able to help the best are the ones where the plan sponsors let them in there, let them work with the participants, and let them help the participants. It wasn't 20 or 30 minutes after we finished taping with them that I was having a conversation with an employee talking about that employee's father, and the father had absolutely no idea how to log into their account, didn't know they could pick investments. My guess, based on their account balance, it sounds like the poor person had been in money market for probably 20 of the past 26 years, and we all know how much that earns. So no help, no information there. And then we've had another employee, before she started working with us, was told that it took 5 years to get into the company 401k plan. Is that allowed? No. So what we're seeing is a huge dearth, good word, dearth of information available at the participants. What do you think that the advisors could do to help with this, Catherine?
Well, show up at the show up, go to the workplace, have meetings, have a contact. I mean, if you are, well, there's a couple of ways of doing it. Both if you're the advisor for the plan, you should be showing up regularly, giving education. But then also we've known other advisors who, when they do advice for someone independently and they get a company 401k thing and then they say, so has a financial advisor ever talked to you about this? And they go, no. And then for that financial advisor, that's an opportunity.
Right.
A plan without attention.
Exactly, and that's what we're trying to say is that the plans need attention. We've talked about statistics from other videos where that's actually one of the things that plan sponsors are worried about the most, the education that the participants are getting. I think that there's a two-part retirement gap in this country. The first part is, one, having access to a plan. That's probably the biggest part, because we've had other videos where we think, you know, a bad plan's better than no plan at all. All right, but then once they have a plan, the next gap is an awareness, it's an education gap for the participants. They don't know what they don't know. And if this whole thing is confusing for first-time financial advisor, they may not be a first-time financial advisor, but if it's confusing for a financial advisor who knows what they're doing to have their first 401k plan, and for a plan sponsor to have their first 401k plan, imagine what it's like for the participants. Okay, so what we're saying is that what we're seeing is that advisors who take on what amounts, almost within reason, to being the participant's advocate, they're very successful in the long term when they try to make sure, then they look at the plan from the participant's point of view. When we're talking about an education, an awareness, and an opportunity, and I know we were talking before about different types of deferrals and employees not knowing what's going on there.
Well, I mean, you know, first the principle of a 401k plan or an employer-sponsored plan is that you can pay yourself first, meaning that old-fashioned, old-school idea that, you know, if you take it straight out of your paycheck and don't spend it, that's one of the best ways to save. And so that's just straight up an opportunity for someone to do that. But then a lot of times participants don't have any idea about the tax effect that this can have.
The differences between the pre-tax and the Roth.
Right, and which can be really powerful when you're young, right?
And at the beginning of your earnings curve, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And also I'd say that for a lot of participants, this is the beginning of their financial education, and it's because they have no idea how to approach the market, but here their employer has picked someone to be the financial advisor for the plan. So, hey, they can ask a couple of questions because this person's actually been chosen. So I think there's a lot of kind of good halo effect for, you know, you as an advisor, you can actually be someone who people can bounce off questions or come up with topics and do some teach-ins.
Absolutely. We do understand time is limited and you don't necessarily want to be spending too much time with a participant who has $100 in the plan. I fully get that. That's what we're talking about. Making sure that the participants have an idea as to where the information is, what it is that they can go on, even if it's just making sure they can go, you know, where it is that the record keeper or using you as an advocate to help make sure the plan's sponsored, because it truly is their responsibility, but we're asking for help here in the education process. Even if it's just having the plan sponsor know where to tell the employees to go online to get the online educational awareness, because there's a lot of tools out there. Just help make them aware of it.
And also plan sponsors might be more inclined to actually contribute to something where they know there's a process to get it out or take a loan or to roll it over.
Right.
I think that there's a little bit of fear of doing anything without knowing that you have someone to help you with that. And that person can be the financial advisor.
The financial advisor, absolutely. So hopefully this has inspired you a little bit more to, I don't know what it is.
Well, I think financial advisors are trying to develop relationships with people about their money. And I think this is a really clear place where you make your money at work. What are you going to do with it? I mean, it's real bottom line.
Excellent segue, thank you. Very good segue for our three key takeaways. It's going to be very important to the plan sponsor to help share your service model, how you're going to do what you can to help the plan sponsor make sure the employees know where to get the education. So working on having, number two, working on making sure that the information is available to the employees. A lot of employees have information in 2 languages, English and Spanish. We have information forms in Spanish as well. I think those are usually only the second language we get. I've not heard of any others, but and then do it from a positive point of view. Don't try to scare a potential plan sponsor into thinking that they're paying too much in fees. Well, they might be, or that they're failing down, or that there's fiduciary problems. Do it from a positive point of view of saying that you're going to be helping them educate the participants, or making them aware, perhaps that's a better word. You're going to be working on employee awareness as to what's going on in the plan, and it's those advisors that we do a lot of business with that have that philosophy. They have very strong, very successful, very ongoing, or they've got a good business model.
Yeah, because plan sponsors like plans where employees contribute. They feel like they're doing something. No, they feel like they're doing something positive.
Absolutely.
There's nothing worse than having a plan where no one's contributing. So it's creating just kind of a virtuous circle.
Or no one is benefiting from the plan.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can have a 401k plan where only the highly compensated participate, but what's the point?
Right, and true, while we can make that legal within reason, that may not be considered a successful or a healthy plan.
No.
So, all right.
Okay.
Questions, Filippo?
No, this is wonderful.
All right, thank you.
So if you want more information, go to hunterbenefits.com or email us at sales@hunterbenefits.
Like, subscribe, share, and all that other good stuff. And there won't be a video next week, but the week after that, we're going to have part 3 in our 4-part series of Who's the Employer. So stay tuned for that. Take care and have a good weekend.